Hello, this is Steven, and today I want to talk about art. First, while I am trying to stay committed to this video every week thing, I'm already finding it kind of difficult. It's really hard to get into the mindset of recording something and then editing it and then uploading it. It's a process, and I know that I want to get into that habit, but it's also kind of a difficult habit to get into when you're not used to it. Some people make it look really easy, but when you try it yourself, you realize, wow, there is a lot of effort that goes into this. So it's really taken a lot to persevere and say, no, I want to do this, no matter what, and try to figure out topics to talk about. For today's video, I really struggled with what I wanted to talk about. But then I realized, well, I know I have a lot of plans of things that I might want to do, but then there's like, oh, I'm not ready to do that idea. So instead of getting hung up on the things that I want to do later and things that I can't do now, so I'm going to start with things that I have done and I want to do more of, and that is art. I've done some painting. I will talk about the painting stuff in another video probably, but for now I want to talk about not just art but acrylic paint pouring. So I've done a couple of them so far, and I think it's really fun. Like here's one that I did. I don't know if the colors are going to come through very well. But I think it's a lot of fun where you have the paints put into a cup and then you pour it all over canvas, and the way that the paints mix with each other and spread across the canvas, it's always a surprise what the finished product is going to look like. And I really like that sort of ambiguity and mysterious stuff where you have an idea of the colors that you want on the finished product, but you don't know exactly how the paint is going to move. So the fluid dynamics, I guess. So yeah, this was one of the first ones I did. Here's another one I did. You can see I kind of liked the blues. I really wanted to play with the blues a little bit more. I really like the gold. I really like the way that the gold and the blue kind of complement each other. And here's another one I did. It's a little bit bigger. You can see I also tried a little bit of additional techniques where I was like, you know, kind of scraping through the paint as it was still flowing to get different textures. One of the things that I want to try to figure out how to fix is there's like bumps in the paint, and I don't know if it was just not mixing the paint well enough before pouring, or if that specific color is clumpy. I think it's the color that's clumpy, but I digress. Here's another one that I did. I really like how the pink is kind of showing through just a little bit with the white. So this is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite. So those are just some of the paint pours that I've done so far. And I want to do more art stuff in the video. So be it paint pours or actual painting, I have all these art supplies, canvases and paints and paintbrushes, and I want to use them, and I want to do stuff, and I want to share them. And so I think one of the things with the videos will give me an opportunity to push myself to do more art because I know I want to share them with you. That's not to say that it's only going to be art. I do have other things that I want to do, but see, that's the thing, is that this is just this whole thing is just one big experiment to push myself to try to make a video a week and to get the movements, get the muscle movement of doing rather than worrying so much about the details. So a lot of rough edges. There's going to be a lot of rough edges. And I'm rambling. But hey, that's me. Art. Where's the camera? The camera's over here. I forget where the camera was. I kept on thinking the camera was here. I'm using my phone. I'm using my phone as the camera. So I had the camera flipped the other way around. So the camera, what was that? So the lens was over here. But then I was like, oh no, if I flip it over here, then I'll be looking at over there if I'm looking at myself. So I've been looking at myself on my screen, but the camera is over there. So hello. Where was I? So while in this video, I was mostly just showing off the acrylic paint pours that I've done. I think next week I want to talk about AI art and why I am so excited about it and passionate about it. I want to talk about how I got into it and the steps that I took between when I started and now, and which tools I like to use and why. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that. I've probably rambled on long enough this video, and this one's probably definitely longer. And this video is probably definitely longer than last week's video. One day, who knows, maybe I'll be able to do daily videos where I just ramble on. But for now, I'm sure once a week is long enough. Alright, I have no idea where I was going with the ending, but thank you. Woo, hands. Hands are weird. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next week.